Hello. I can't find my tripod that I just bought for my camera, so I have to struggle with finding the right places to put things in. Again, that's okay. I kind of like this like through the steering wheel thing that I have going on. Also, just like my first daily, I have Starbucks. And I'm happy about it. This tastes like drinking hay. Just tastes like drinking a haystack. And yet, I'm repeatedly here for it. Also today I am trying the Impossible breakfast sandwich. So I guess it's like a vegan take on like a sausage and egg sandwich or something like that. Sounds impossible. But that's why they call it Impossible. Looks decent. I'm gonna let that cool down. Okay. What are we talking about today? We're talking about being a blade. Going through things. Not so much in a violent way, but more in a like surgical kind of way. Like, let's see deeper, let's go deeper into this thing kind of way. And my hypothesis that I'm sending out there, my thesis, I guess, is that you can go through anything. Everything can be gone through except for that which cannot be gone through, which would be like ultimate truth or essence, the absolute. God, I guess, is the one thing you can't go through. But anything else is a front for something else, and then that's a front for something else, and that's a front for something else until there's no farther to go. But I want to invite you to always be moving through, whether that's in vision or in listening or even in tasting, in experiencing, in goal setting, in your relationships. But I think the biggest point of potential here is goal setting and like truth seeking, perception in general. But goals, let's talk about goal setting first. If you have a goal, be it clear or fuzzy, I don't really care, just anything. I want to invite you to not ever just stop at the goal once you reach it. And even while you're setting it, I don't want you to just see the goal. I want you to see as far past it as you possibly can. So if you're trying to get 10 people to come out to an event, and you should really be shooting to get 100. If you're shooting to get 100 people at an event, you should really be shooting to get 1,000 there. And then for sure you will reach 10. Or let's say you are just focused on 10. Once you get to 10, if you keep moving, then you keep moving, and eventually you will learn how to get 100 or 1,000. You don't just stop at 10. It almost doesn't matter what goal you set, as long as you're not planning on stopping there. Then you will always be open to the fullest potential of what goal you're setting. The reason I thought this is important is because, let me take a bite of this, was because I don't think we always know what we want. I think that behind every want, there's usually a different want. There's a deeper want. Until you get to kind of an absolute core type of want, which I could take some stabs at like what I think the ultimate wants you could get to are, but that's not for this video. But what I'll say is that when you're setting a goal, usually there's something more important than that goal than you actually want. And you won't really have a chance of discovering what that thing is if you're not planning on moving through it also. So I think in self-discovery, that motion is really important. Move through. Know that there is something behind your wants. This is important because this is also important because it keeps us humble, and it keeps us searching, and it keeps us curious, and it keeps us discovering. I can't remember if I said that word already, but discovering. I believe we are wired for new. I believe, like in my video yesterday, I was talking about, I believe we are wired for happiness, and that we can have happiness all the time. As long as we are being surprised. If we feel like there's some room for surprise, there's some room for our life to go beyond expectation, I think we can be happy. If things are always falling short of our expectations, we're gonna feel stuck and depressed and probably, just generally disappointed with life. And that is because when that happens, that is usually because of the same thing I'm talking about here. When something falls short for us, it's usually because we were aiming just for that thing. We were hoping for just this thing, and then everything ends up being here. And so what I'll suggest is that sometimes if you actually set your goal, if you can see through your goal, a lot of times kind of in a circular way, the more real your goal gets, the less this thing might disappoint you. Like, this thing might actually be closer to your real goal. It might be beyond, it might exceed your like false goal. So there's like a lot of potential to surprise ourselves with satisfaction when we're willing to do this, the going throughness. So that's just a contemplation for today. I definitely thought that was going to develop a little bit more quickly, and I do think there's more to it, because that's the statement that I'm making here, is that there's more to everything. But for now, I'm just going to let that sit and trust that it's getting me to something beyond it. Or maybe the fact that it's just sitting shows that this is kind of an ultimate truth. What do you think about that? It can really be that simple. As I get closer to these big like revelations, the simpler they become, and I think that's a good thing. The truest things will resonate the simplest. They will be the easiest to express, and they will feel universal in message. I really believe that. Okay, I'm just gonna leave it there.